Psalm 17 and verse number 15. As for me, I will see your face in righteousness. I will be satisfied when I awake in your likeness. Let me tell you something. This verse sparked something in my heart that made it quiver, you know what I mean? With excitement, with wonder. And I thought about the fact that when God appeared to Moses, Moses said, "Show me your glory." God said, "I'm going to hide you in the cleft of the rock, and you shall see my hinder parts, but my face you shall not see. For no man can see my face and live." And that verse often puzzled me because I thought, why wouldn't God want to show his face? You know what I mean? Or how do you look? Are you ugly? Are you just, grotesque looking? And I thought, no, that couldn't be. You know what I mean? Because David said in the Psalm, "One thing I have desired, and that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord forever, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple." And then I remembered a dream I'd had where Jesus was sitting on this rock, and there were a number of ministers that he was giving assignments to. And when he was talking to me, I could hardly hear what he was saying because I was trying to see his face. Really, I was trying to see what color he was. It's the truth. And but it was obscured. All I could see and felt was a feeling of love. But I saw nothing of his appearance in terms of his face. And so as I read this verse, when David was talking to God in prayer, and some things had troubled him about the prosperity of the wicked and how they were wealthy and they had multitudes of children that they would leave their stuff to, and the righteous were suffering, and it bothered him. And yet he concluded, that's what they get in this world. That's their portion. But as for me, I will be satisfied when I see your face. And I thought, man, that face must be something awesome and incredible. Beautiful, beauty like we've never seen before. The beauty of the Lord. Sometimes you could see something that looks so beautiful that it almost seems to take your breath away. You're kind of stunned, and for a moment you just are oblivious to everything else around you because that the beauty of what you see captivates your heart. And I have a sanctified imagination, and I was just meditating and thinking about the beauty of the Lord and what his face looks like, his eyes, his voice, and it seemed to go throughout eternity. In other words, it surpassed time. Because when you look at something, you see them for that moment, and you see them, and that's the finality of it. But in the face of God, the beauty goes on and on. It's like enveloping itself in splendor and in beauty. And I said, wow, I made up my mind, and I still am committed to fulfilling my calling in this world. But there's nothing else in this world that I'd rather have Nothing else that I'd rather do. But when I awake from that sleep of death, to be in his likeness and to see his beauty, it fills my heart with joy, with reverential fear, and with anticipation. The beauty of the Lord. Don't you want to see him? The face of God. Whenever the prophets saw him in the Bible, it was as if light was beaming from it, so they couldn't see features. They couldn't really see what God is going to allow us to see when we awake in his likeness. When we are resurrected with a glorified body. Because to see him without having a body that's adapted to behold such beauty, it would kill us. Think about it. That's why he told Moses, you can't see my face and live. And Moses saw the hinder part. And the Jewish rabbi said, God showed him the history of his creation. And that's how Moses wrote the book of Genesis and all of the other books of the Pentateuch, those 5 books of Moses. Ah, my brother and my sister, let's live the kind of lives, pray the kinds of prayers, seek for the things that are above and not in this world, so that we can behold his face. Simply beautiful. And you know it got to be. When you look at the creation of God, you know, I was watching some NASA documentary about outer space, you know, the different planets and the colors and the limitlessness of the space in which God created those planetary elements and stars and all of the constellations. Beautiful. Even some things on the earth, waterfalls and beaches and flowers and animals and different vibrant colors and things. But nothing will compare to his beauty. The beauty of the Lord that we can behold as we inquire in his temple. This is Ken, man. I am your partner in prayer if you would have me. But I know that I'm God's prophetic intercessor, appointed and anointed to stand before him in prayer. And oh, how my heart yearns and reaches out for him to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. We'll talk to you again. The Lord say the same. Don't miss it, man. I don't plan to, and I pray you don't either. We'll see you again. Bye now.